Travel Tech Fundamentals Selling Flights in the UK. What is an ATOL? If your business sells flights or packages in the UK, ATOL is one of the key consumer protection regimes you need to understand. ATOL stands for an Air Travel Organiser's Licence. It's a licensing scheme run by the UK's Civil Aviation Authority. The purpose of the scheme is simple: to protect consumers against the risk of travel companies failing. The CAA only grants licences to companies that pass a financial test and whose management and owners pass a fitness test. If an ATOL holder collapses, the scheme makes sure that travellers abroad are brought home and those who haven't travelled yet get their money back. When is an ATOL needed? ATOL applies to UK sales of flight-inclusive package holidays and some flight-only sales, but there are many exemptions for flight-only sales, which travel tech companies can often use. The scheme covers traditional tour operators, online travel agents, and any company involved in the distribution of flights. The regime applies no matter where the seller is based and at different levels of the supply chain, although agents can avoid holding their own ATOL if they've got a compliant agency agreement with an ATOL holder. Every licensable booking has to be documented with an ATOL certificate, which is given to the customer. This proves that the trip is ATOL protected, which the customer can use if they ever need to make a claim. Funding the scheme. The CAA covers the costs of refunds and repatriation through two main sources. Firstly, it may require security from the business when granting an ATOL. That could be by way of a financial bond or a trust account to hold the customer money. If the ATOL holder then fails, the CAA will call on the security to cover customer claims. Secondly, all ATOL holders have to pay £2.50 per passenger into the Air Travel Trust Fund. This is an industry-wide fund which is used by the CAA if the ATOL holder's own security isn't enough or if the security wasn't required in the first place. Requirements for an ATOL. To hold an ATOL, businesses must show the CAA they're financially sound. The CAA will look closely at all the financials, including cash flow, liquidity, debt obligations, and access to funding. For large applicants, this can be a very rigorous process. The CAA also carries out a fitness and competence assessment, and it looks at whether the directors are honest, reliable, and capable of running the business properly. Past compliance issues, any insolvencies or involvement in failed travel companies will all be taken into account by the CAA. Each licence holder also has to nominate an accountable person, and that's usually a director who takes overall responsibility for making sure that the company complies with the ATOL requirements. So, to wrap up, if your company is entering the UK markets to sell flights, ATOL is one of the most important regulatory regimes you'll need to factor into your planning.